Right, ladies and gents, just another little tightwad project. Lady I chat to got one of them bush box type stoves. Comes in a little sort of bag. This isn't the one, but they're fairly flimsy, and with it being steel, they soon go through the bottom. And I just think, you know what I mean, she makes me laugh, she makes me smile, so I said I'd make her a decent little pouch for the bush box. You know, the four-sided things, and you put your stove on top. I'm sure you all know what I'm on about. So, ladies and gents, I asked her for dimensions, you know, 13.5 by 13.5. Now, yeah, it's always better to do your pouch about an inch bigger all the way round. Just for when your hands are cold, you're freezing, just make it a little bit bigger, and that's the beauty of doing this. You make it to how you want it anyway. So I've used that as a rough guide. That's part of one of the stoves that's actually in that black bag, or the black slip. So I know what the sizes are. That's going to be the front, that's the back, and that's going to be the lid, ladies and gents. It won't show up on here, but I have marked off where them relative pieces are. Now, if I turn it over, we'll see it's black inside. That's a nice strong piece of material. The lady did specify she likes a bit of the old sexy tree bark camo, when I offered which one was which, or what colour she wanted. And so, it being me, and I can do what I like, because I'm actually building something, I want to reinforce the bottom of the pouch to stop that cutting going through, ladies and gents, yeah? And that is very, very dark green, nice dark green, just a bit of 1000 denier Bergen material. So on this, I'm going to put a pouch inside of a pouch, okay? So when you imagine, when that's sewn up, there is a very, very strong bottom to the pouch, and again there's going to be a slip pouch at the front and the back of it. That'll become more apparent later on. None too complicated to do, ladies and gents, so an ideal first sewing project, something to have a little practice on. Right, so I'm going to put that there out of the way. So first thing I've done is, just as it comes raw like that, I've just turned it over, marked it out and sewn it down. That's going to be the front, and that's going to be the lid that side, ladies and gents. So without further ado, again, it's like everything else, you sew everything on before you turn it inside out and sew it together. And closure on this, let's not get too flash nor fancy, don't need to, will be a piece of Velcro. And like I say, you can do all the measuring you want in the world, but when you want to get something in the middle, do that, and then you may be able to see I put a little bit of blue chalk mark there, just to give me, let your eyes be your guide on that. From now on, I'm going to bring the machine back over and let you see how I do it, ladies and gents, because I'm just going to put this up there as it is. It's an ideal first sewing project. So bring you back on that. Make sure you put your Velcro close in on first. You can leave the bit on the lid to honestly the last thing. Bring it back just to lock it. Needle down. That way you turn it round. Take it back. Each time you take it back, you lock the stitch. Again, there's a mark on the Velcro, just to make sure when that's turned inside out, it will be most central. Again, all I've done, doing the last bit of it now, is just sewn what the easiest way to describe, all the way around, 2 diagonals and one going across, what I call the union. Again, always stick your needle down, go across the top again. in once more along the bottom rather than just finish it off where it is there. Bearing in mind when you pull in, that's going to be the line of stitching that's going to take the most pressure, because it's always going to be wanting to pulled up every time you open it. So yeah, ladies and gents, you're doing it yourself, just do another row of stitching. Beyond the first one, and as always when you finish off, job done. Right ladies and gents, the inside sleeve, which I'm just going to double line it now. I sewed the Velcro on the front. Bearing in mind, if I sewed this on first, you wouldn't get the pouch out that's going to be on the inside. So all I'm going to do is make sure it's parallel either side, there and there, and sew it right down. Just going to come back a little bit. Okay, there we go. Job done. Now notice I'm not going to sew it along the top here, because once that pouch is together, this will be, I'm going to double line it with that, but leave the top open, so you've got two pouches with inside a pouch to put a little bit of fire starting gear, a bit of tinder, you know, bit of cotton wool, whatever you want to do to actually get your little fire stove going. Be it a nano, it doesn't really matter what stove it is, what the size is, because this is, you'll just size this pouch for the stove that you want. And here you can see this is going to be the front of the pouch. Not going to sew down that edge, but as I pull it in, just to give it that tiny little bit there, pull it just in a little bit. And that is it, ladies and gents. That is the internal pouch, and as we can see there, there's the Velcro sewn on. Imagine trying to sew the Velcro on now. You have to do it before, otherwise that won't turn out to be the pouch. If you don't want a pouch on the inside, you just sew it along the top, sew it along that top there. But when you imagine that's going to be the pouch, that's going to be the pouch, and that's going to be the lid, as you'll see it come on later on. When you open said pouch, you've got a little space at the back and a little pouch at the front to put some little goodies in. No reason why you couldn't do that as you're making the pouch. Right ladies and gents, as I always say then, just to recap, first thing I do, sewed on that piece of Velcro. I want it to be double layered on the inside, so using a Dora nylon, I've sewn down the side, just nicely turned over that lip and the one on the other side. And there's not a great amount to do, but always when I get to this stage I just think, right, let's just think once, think twice, is there anything else I've got to do before I sew it up? So no, like I say, it's a very simple project. It would be a good project, and so just make sure my cotton's out of the way, and you won't be able to see it there, but I've made a line there so I know exactly where to put it and sew it up inside out. I've got to do one check, and again I'll just use this for siding. It's only a bit of grill, but it's just slightly bigger than what the lady wanted. Yeah, no problems. So all I'm going to do is sew once down this side, and I'm going to go back up, sew twice down that side. do my cottons properly. Should be able to pull that out. Line that up on that side. That down. Go back a little bit. Make sure she's lined up and go. Oh. Over that again, that's where it's going to be a stretch point. Needle up, bring it all out, cut my little bits off. So ladies and gents, all you have to do now is reach in, grab your corners, pull it inside out. Ladies and gents, I've turned it inside out now, and as you see, I've just chamfered the edges a little bit, and nothing wrong with that stitching there, but as I'm making it myself, I'll go down there once more, and I'll once I come to the top here, as you'll see, I'll pull that in a little bit, and that will form the actual lid on both sides. Make sure my cotton's all straight, and take that back a little bit, and then forward. Now this bit here, I'm going to take it over and back a few times. Then pin that down. Literally do the same with the other side, ladies and gents. Make sure your cottons are pulled down nicely. That's it there. Again, pull that in, do that by eye, so roughly about there. And again, see this part, the lid part there, I'm just going to take it back, make sure that's properly sewn down. Right, these two pieces here will need to be the same, okay, and you can chalk it out if you want, but I've always roughly been able to do it by eye. And just bring that over. And there you see now, there's the lid. And that will go down. See, cover that. All I do now is turn that part over. Now I'm going to sew down here the lid twice, once along the top there and then once down the bottom, and I'll sew them edges up as I go. out of the way. And I'm going to come down. Don't need to cut them, just move it out of the way. Literally sew down that side there. Now come across and down, and that's me virtually done. Got that lined up. So that needs to go under your foot. Turn it in reverse direction. Ooh. Turn it backwards now, I want it to come forward. So I need my needle in the material just so it holds it, and literally going to sew down there. Take my needle up. That's it, ladies and gents. Lots of cottons to cut off now. They're the two main ones. There's another two. Some more. And obviously at the end you'll go round and tidy your cottons off. So ladies and gents, that's basically the pouch now. All I need to do is sew a bit of Velcro to the flap, and it's fairly simple. Easiest way to find the middle of that flap. Let's put the two together and locate your chalk. There it is. So we locate your chalk, literally two there together. Blue chalk line, and that's it, ladies and gents. Right, you'll get fed up with me seeing me do this, ladies and gents, but I've made sure that piece of Velcro corresponds to that. It's a male and a female. I've actually done that before, sewed two male or two females, or the hook or the loop. So yeah, that's all done. It's literally in the middle. There is my blue chalk line, and all I'm going to do is saw around it, across, and then one up there so it resembles the English flag. I think that's the best way to do it, and I've never had a problem once doing it that way. Make sure my cottons are out of the way. Excellent. Right, ladies and gents, when you last saw me, I was sewing that on. As I say, I always do the England flag. There we go. Not gonna. So, the lady in question, I asked for measurements. She said it was 12.5, and I've done that 15 by 15. Okay. Here is a little grill, just from another little cooks that I've got. It's a lot bigger than the stove, and it will go in there nicely. Now obviously at the bottom there's two layers. There's this material, and there is also, again, goes around the bottom, protect the bottom, two layers there. Now I haven't sewed them across the top there, as I said, because why not, eh? You're making something for yourself. In here I'll include this for the good lady. There's some little fire starters, okay, cotton mop just dipped in wax. Give it a little wiggle like that. Absolutely, quite a few firelighters in there. Just use whatever you want, but always keep that in there for emergencies. Really, definitely got to get a fire going. So that will quite nicely fit in there. And do you know what I always think is a nice, sensible lady thing to do, because I don't think the lady smokes, is keep a lighter in there. You can use all the fire lighting you know, you have ferrule rods, whatever, but always nice to have a little bit of backup. And inside there, that's where the actual stove, if I can get that right, pull it back, that's where the stove will go. And you know, there's a few little bits, you can tuck some stuff down in there if you want some dry bit of tinder. But ladies, gents, probably one of the easiest projects I think you could make. Very, very handy, eminently better than the pouch for carrying the fold down stove in. I thought about putting a belt loop on it, but you know, I wouldn't. You could actually put that in your top pocket if you needed to. So ladies and gents, if you've stayed with me this far, thanks a lot. And again, as I say, I think that's an ideal first project for anybody to do. And like I say, I've done it a bit bigger because that's the beauty of doing stuff yourself. So there's some emergency fire lighting stuff in there, and I'll include that as well for the lady. You know, a full-on lighter. There we go. Never get caught out in the cold when you can't make a brew. It's just, well, they always say the British Empire was built on a cup of tea, small magazine, Lee Enfield, number 4 Mark 1, and the Bailey Bridge. So there you go, ladies. This material though, my stitching's not perfect on it because I could never get the tension right. But again, unless you really look for it, you never really know. But yeah, so there you go, ladies and gents. There's an ideal first I want to make something for myself project. And again, you do exactly the same for a phone cover, notebook cover. You know, simple little pouches like this have many, many uses. Doesn't have to be down for a fold down stove. But anyway, ladies and gents, that's another one off the list. And if you watch this far, you know, really do appreciate you watching my films. Thanks a lot, and take care.